learned it before. You know, I like looking at myself more than anything. More than anything. So I'm a unfashionable book. That's today's topic. I'm in an unfashionable book. You know, fashion is very important in this culture. One, it makes a lot of money for this country, a lot of profit. Two, it makes you feel, makes you think. One thing about fashion is you go to college, and it's funny because it's an idea that's touched on. It's not deliberately said. You think about it as you're studying. And it's in my higher education, in college. I'm an unfashionable, but what you have to realize, back since the times they dressed as pilgrims, people wanted to feel sexy. You know, the clothes was a big profit for any time, any era. I'm in an unfashionable book because you don't talk about fashion when you're growing up. 5, 10 years old, 13 years old, high school education, middle school education, but yet it seems to be important. Like they want to tell you something in college. I'm an unfashionable book because I'm actually very fashionable. It's a joke. But the books, your teachings are unfashionable. Your education is unfashionable. What does that mean? See, when you're in high school, when you're underage, it's not about whether the law is honest, right, correct. It's about whether you understand what's really going on. No matter what conscience, no matter what era you're in, no matter what timeline, it's about no matter when you was born, 1900s, 1800s, 1700s, it's about your consciousness, you know, what's right. So let me say that again. All your education is about your souls in the law. For example, you tend to think the more you go back in time, the more stupid they were. But they have the same conscience, same intelligence as you do now. And besides medicine changed. For example, if I was born in the 1900s, 1800s, what's important is why did I do those things? Why did I do those laws? Because your conscience tells you it's bad to do those things to people. Your spirit tells you that's not okay. But yet people still did them, still passed the law. And that's what education is. Why? For what? The simple idea is for economy, for economics, right? We can start there. That's what everyone gonna tell you. So I'm an unfashionable book, but I'm very into fashion. But hold on, get right now. Let's check the feet, stripes. Another thing, you know how to read people. You know, see average student, someone dumber than you. That's what education is for you to be able to cross someone real slower than you. See average student compare you, whether it's a lack of reading, exercise, communication, making friends. You're able to read them. You're able to read what they're going to do next. You know, compared to someone that's popular, intelligent, can read fast, is fast. Because those people don't have to do what you have to do next. You're just making a friend. The same goes for 1900s, 1800s. You're able to read them. They don't have the same patterns with just being a human. You're able to read them because they're all going to take the same actions. And that's how you get into politics and education, because you're starting to ignore how you feel, what you feel bad for. It's starting to work towards something. And that's education, because you don't know what they're working towards, and you have to figure it out. You want to know what America is doing. That's it. That's your education, which is why a lot of people get brought to insanity. Because you get close to it, you might not get close to it. You know? And it is funny to drive. The truth is, you'll be going to high school talking about laws, and they would discuss anything. You know, I got to a certain place in my life where I felt I understood things better than my teachers. And that's out of college. You know, there's a thesis you can use for the rest of your life. That's an idea you can use the rest of your life. And that's why fashion is important. Makes you feel when you put clothes on. If you're just right. I'm very into fashion. I like to say I make baggy clothes casual. I like to say I made bad guys look casual, and still have a little edge to them, like I do now. You know, all my homies are into fashion. We don't like to copy the hype. I never copy the hype. I've always been me. I always dress my way. Why not? It's not my style. I'm proud of my style. Simple style you want to wear. If I have a quinceañera or something, I might just give myself a mohawk. You know, I might just do something crazy like that. I might just go bald just for the video, just to make a moment. and the trees. You get so high on education, you start tell fairy tales, start believing the forest is magical again. You start believing the forest is magical again. Just because you're so educated, science will do that. So I'm in love with science. I wish I knew everything you can you know. There's a certain way to reach smart education. And it's really simple. For example, when you read the first page of a history book, the sad part is when you in high school, you see me as a kid, I know I never needed middle school, you understand? And what I mean by that is having a degree from middle school. I know I never needed it. I always thought like that since a little kid. I always knew the only important school was high school and then college. But it's just reading the first page over and over again. Don't move on. Like you understand what's going on. I tell this to my family when school was created. You were given your textbooks and you were always given a dictionary. You understand? Somewhere throughout the years, they took the dictionary out. But now you got your phone. It's as easy as texting. You can just search your words every minute. But what I tell people I know now is Google every word you don't know. It's real easy to do. It's real easy, and that first page you read, it should give you about 3 pages of notes. You know, don't move on. Don't move on through your book to the next page, page 2, page 3, and act like you understand. Use that dictionary, Google every word you don't understand, because as you Google words, the story is going to start to unfold. You don't understand what the book is talking about. See, books were designed for easy writers, and then there's writers who don't want you to catch up, like me. It's like a puzzle. To put a whole sentence, to put 5 sentences in one word. Which is funny because you think there's smart books and there's stupid books, because it's a writer that grew up grumpy and angry like me. And the funny thing you'll notice is that when you Google a word, it will have a whole sentence that's not in the book. But if it was in the book, it will be an easy book to read. So you have to understand the writer, that he's a genius like me, you know. We don't stop till we understand something. There's a lot of knowledge left behind. You got people before you, and some of them want to be funny. Hide 2 sentences, 3 sentences in a word, like me. And some people want to just tell you straight up what things mean, like me. But always Google the books you're reading. Don't move on to the next page, write it down, and you won't be, and that's all minorities on here. A slow person that never picked up a dictionary. You're not left behind. And you realize all those other smart kids are just Googling words every day, Googling. You know, I show up at college with a mission. And like I said, I can't follow the hype. I just can't. You know, I had the first day there, I had this white girl. And then she said, "What kind of haircut is that?" And she ran away. You know, I love conversation like that. I love when girls shout out. I love when people say shit because it allows me to talk to them. I love talking to people. I feel like it makes me smart. But these girls are running away. They'll say something. I'm out of here. Boom. Like, hey, let me think of what to say. Hold up. Stay right here. Let's keep on talking. I promise you in 20 minutes, I'll have you in my dorm room. Must have been my fashion. But I don't follow the hype. I command. And there's things I'm interested in, like science and religion. Yeah. Thing about college is when you show up to college, it's up to date. It's up to date. Everything is new. So when you take a class, you have to understand that's what the scientists are talking about now. See, so if you want to know what's new in the news, what America is doing, this is what you pursue in college. I wouldn't be able to tell you no religion on God as an option if we didn't talk about up-to-date material. I had a girl tell me it's my faith. It's my belief. Now they call it devil's advocate when you want to rebuttal, when you want to debate. I like to pick a side just to understand. You know, my wounds, my cut on my arm, they close up. You understand? Yeah, I know it ain't regeneration. So Google your words, you won't understand how easy I cut on. It's like I went through a portal. See, I was in a different place in a different area. I'm from LA, Los Angeles, South LA, South Central, man, the below for. But as I was growing up, I understood this generation, this year, other dummies were gonna stay in LA. I knew, I was convinced, and I know I have met everyone in LA. And that LA wasn't gonna teach me. I knew I had met everyone. LA was mine. So I went past Sacramento, 8 hours away. Because I knew there was something important in research. And boy, did I find a lot of research. You know, one thing you have to understand when you're going to college, and I love small town colleges, you know, because it's like high school. They're so small, you could become popular. Again, it's like a movie, you know. I remember I would go out and and walk into random parties, right? Full of white people, right? And now like I belong to that party. So what I'm trying to say, I wasn't invited. Pull up, say what's up at the door to everybody, what's up, shake my hand, walk in, boom, the heat would just reach my face. There was hundreds of people inside the house. The white girls and the white girls getting the shoulder dance and the candy. And I'm walking by like, oh shit. You know, it was like a movie, you know, I'm not gonna stop and talk to them until like my 5th, 10th party, but I'm just walking by this time by myself. I'm going through beer pong. They have, you know, they're drinking from the roof with the fucking worm. I forgot what it's called. They're chucking cans in the roof. They got cake. I'm just staring. I'm just observing. But one thing about small towns are those teachers have research like me. You see how I'm telling you these things? And they're very romantic. You know, they love their woman. Imagine being educated, living in a small town, and a farm. You understand? Because once you leave LA, everything is just farms. And having a wife locked up, right? A wife in your farm. I promise you ain't gonna sit there and be stupid, you know. They learn about nitrogen, phosphorus in the air, the soil nutrients, and then applying it to their everyday lives. They're growing stuff. They're messing with medicine. You know, in LA, I'm in downtown right now. In LA, they got a lot of hospitals, a lot of medicine too, but when you go to those farms, these teachers all got one theory. I got a theory too. You know, but it's weird, like the dinosaurs. And what comes from that is complete creativity. But these teachers all have one theory, and they choose one kid to give it to. You understand? I'm talking about, you want to speak like me? You want to talk ideas like me? I could do this like nothing. I read one page, one line, and I have 20 minutes of conversation. You know, I shut up a certain way though. I show up by myself, satellite behind me, and all I say is, I want to be smarter. I got everything. All I didn't have was being smart. I have friends, I have popularity, I have cars, I have money. So when I show up to college, there ain't no distraction. I remember I used to go to sleep and tell myself, I would convince myself, I want to be smarter, I want to be smarter, I want to be a businessman, I want to be a businessman, I want to get smarter. That's all that was left. You know what's crazy? The next day, I started reading hieroglyphics. I started reading writings on the pyramid. You know, that's a joke. Don't take me too serious. But I would look at the Aztec walls. You know, I started generalizing things. I started thinking about human consciousness, human actions, you know. The human soul, everyone feels the same. See, people weren't stupid back then in 1800s, 1700s. They think how you feel now. They feel bad for people. They think the same way you do. We're learning, we're developing education, conversations, theories, space. You understand, which is all in the Bible. Those are your first sciences. I don't even want to touch the Bible because I'm so damn smart. But when you read the Bible, it's full of stories of understanding of people's nature, you know, people's intuition, what's in your head. And that's how I make money. I try to tell you the answers of what you're thinking, because I once thought those questions, right? And you're talking for everybody. You're talking for every color. You're talking for every race. You're talking for every ethnicity. Black, brown, white, yellow, purple, orange. And that's the best thing about following the steps of a genius. For example, I could tell you the sun turn dark and light, right? The sun go up and down like the clock, right? As a scientist, like they also did in the Bibles, I can tell you the sun will speed up, right? It will go faster and faster because it's going in circles like a clock, right? And we're gonna keep going faster and faster, faster. It's not gonna be constant, right? But what can you tell me about that? Right away you think of the Looney Tune cartoons, right? Right away you think of the clock cartoon, right? You think of the Looney Tune cartoon where the clock goes and the sun starts going real fast. So what does that mean? Someone already thought of that. We're catching up to people's footsteps, and I feel on doing the right research, you can be preaching stupidity, bullshit. You understand? Because now you have to get into how space really works and how the sun is going to be. Someone can tell you the sun's going to be constant forever if it's going to speed up. And that makes sense, because then, boom, a lava of a red hot, another earth of red hot lava ready to boom. Red hot lava ready to boom. And beautiful dress make you beautiful, dress me up. I'll make it better for you. I search for words to expose the truth, drip the truth pour, and a long flow speech the ingredient of me. Many conversations, my thoughts to say I couldn't understand. Deal with it, deal with what? It's a song, SoundCloud. So going back, you know, the speed of the light. They say you gotta travel as fast as the speed of the light. I also need that Neil deGrasse book. I'll explain to y'all word by word. But the speed of the light is how fast you get a thought in your head. You know? Hello, when you hear yourself.